I don't know why it's taking you so long to do something about this.
Ted, I am doing something about it. I've already seen the Lockridge tailor this morning.
And I was right, wasn't I?
Well, he confirmed what you said. Lionel was wearing Warren's tuxedo the night he was arrested. So the note was found in Warren's pocket.
Well, then I'm back to my original question. Why hasn't Warren been arrested?
We're going to pick him up. Don't worry.
Going to? Man, what the heck are you waiting for?
Ted, if we had more adolescents in the department, maybe we might act more impulsively. But since we're adults, we have to follow a certain set of procedures.
Look, I told you, Warren is on his way out of town right now. You should have picked him up last night. Look, if you don't get a move on, he's going to be out of town, just like Lionel did.
Well, we have Lionel in jail, don't we? So if Warren should run, which I don't think he will, he won't go far. Now, Ted, will you leave the police things to me? You've done your bit to help. Thank you. Now, drop it.
Not until I know for sure that Warren is in jail like he should be.
He will be, I promise. And what's happening with you and Lakin?
Don't ask. It's over. It's all over.
Well, I'm sorry. I really am.
Just forget it. Just forget it.
Come in.
I'm glad you're awake.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been crying. What happened last night?
It was awful, Warren.
Did you find Ted? Were you able to stop him?
I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's okay. Just tell me what happened, all right?
He got to Mason. He didn't believe me. He just told him anyway.
But I thought you said you'd be able to stop him.
I tried to. I begged him not to. He didn't care. He went ahead and did it anyway. Shows how much he cares about me, doesn't it?
Yeah, 9:15. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. The rehearsal is not until this afternoon. So I have plenty of time to tie up all those loose ends. Tie them all up and knot them. Dun, 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 dun. But get me to the church on time. I'm getting married in the morning. La, da, 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 da. La, da, 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 da. But get me to the church on time.
I didn't know anything about that tuxedo. Look, why didn't somebody warn me?
I don't know.
Why does there have to be so many secrets? I mean, especially among people in the same family. This was something that concerned all of us. I don't understand it. Does Dan know the police know the truth?
No, not yet.
And what about you? Are you still going to go run away somewhere?
Oh, now hold on a little bit. You're making it sound as if I have something to hide. I am not guilty, Lakin. Look, I don't care what it is that Ted's told you. It's wrong. That note was planted in my tuxedo. Someone out there's been trying to frame Dad, and he darn near succeeded.
But who?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, no. Warren, here we go again.
Well, I can't tell you because Dad made me promise I wouldn't say anything to anybody. Not just you, anyone.
I am not anybody. I'm your sister. Or at least I used to be until we started keeping all these secrets from each other.
You'll always be my sister, Lakin. Like it or not, we're stuck with each other.
Look, I'd like you to leave.
Look, I'd rather not.
Look, I have to get ready for school.
Lakin, now is the time that we should all stick together.
I need some time to myself. I'm going to be seeing Ted today at school, whether I like it or not. I just need some time to prepare for this, okay?
Okay. All right, fine.
Hello? Mason? I don't know. Just a minute. I'll check and see.
Yeah, I bet he does. Let me get that.
Sure?
Yeah. Hello, Mason? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that'd be fine.
What did he want?
He wants me to come down to the station for some questioning.
Are you going to go?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to. If I don't, he'll come after me.
Well, he said he would come down for questioning. I assume he will. In the meantime, I want you to keep what you know to yourself.
Why? Look, he ought to be behind bars. Look, he killed Channing, didn't he? And he put another man in prison for it. Now, why are you being so easy on him?
Ted, I'm not being easy on him. Will you get a hold of yourself? I don't have enough hard evidence, okay? I want to proceed very carefully.
Mason, you are not making a mistake. But I'm telling you, he is not innocent. I found a witness for you. Now, what more do you want? It cost me the girl I love, and now all you want to do is just waffle around.
You and Lakin have had your problems before. You'll survive.
Yeah, well, she'll never talk to me now. He's her brother.
I know that.
I did the right thing, didn't I?
Of course you did.
I don't know. I've been up all night thinking about this. All I know is I had to do what I felt was right. Now, if she can't see it that way, then there's nothing I can do. Nothing at all.
I think this is some kind of sick joke.
It's not a joke. Oh, man. Was there any sign of anybody breaking in?
No, there was nothing. We just came home and we found that, but we didn't notice it at first.
It's got to be the killer. I mean, it's like he's joking with us somehow, as if to say that he can kill Kelly anytime he wants.
Well, somebody was in here. There's dirt on the floor. Look, don't touch anything in this area until I can get some fingerprints.
He was in there?
Well, it kind of looks that way.
While I was here, Cruz?
That's hard to say. What happened here last night?
Well, I came home to get some things packed to go to Daddy's house, but I was in and out of that closet a half dozen times.
Well, then obviously he wasn't in it then. What happened next?
Joe had called and said he'd be an hour or so before he got home, so I just laid on the couch and started to watch TV, and I guess I dozed off about that time. That's when you knocked on the door.
Right. And your door wasn't double locked, was it? We talked about that.
No, it wasn't.
Damn it, Kelly, how many times have I told you you've got to double lock that door when you're here alone? Anybody can pick those regular door locks.
Well, he could have been in here any time during the night. Except then why did he hide in the closet? Maybe he did come in while you were sleeping and went in the closet when he heard me at the door.
I'll lay any amount of money that it was Flint.
Let's see, we had him down at the station. We questioned him and we released him.
Did you see the smile on his face when he left the room right after you released him?
No, he had his back to me.
Then, when I was about to call Kelly on the phone to tell her I was going to be late, he stopped me in the corridor and said something to me. He said, what did he say? He said, go home and take care of Kelly. You should be home taking care of Kelly, something like that.
Did you make that call to Kelly from there?
Yeah.
Well, if he heard you make that call, then he knew she'd be here alone.
How could I have been so stupid?
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot. This alibi of his for the time of Veronica's murder is way too pat. I'm gonna check it out again.
Great. I just hope you had better luck than I had last night.
Yeah, so do I.
All right, baby, just relax, huh? Tell you what. Why don't we just go down to the church, okay? Check everything out. I don't want anything or anybody to ruin what's going on right now, okay?
All right.
Not when I'm about to marry the most beautiful woman in the world. And I'm not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute.
Yeah, well, I think that's the best idea in the world, Joe.
So, Marissa, Amy, Brick sat there. And Peter sat right there.
Amy and Briggs thought that Peter spilled the popcorn on him at about 8:17, 8:18, not the 8:25 that Marissa said.
Which is only a minute after Veronica called you, huh?
Mm-hmm. Which makes it almost impossible to implicate Peter in this thing.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Veronica's death and the timing of Peter's little accident, it's so perfect. It's too perfect, damn it.
Oh, Kelly. You know, I'm going to give you the best honeymoon you ever dreamed of. Much better than the first one we planned. Much better. I'm going to take you to the most exotic, tropical island that I can find. Because I want to make love to you on the beach with the sand washing all over us. Water coming in around us. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You know, you scratched me. No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, Kelly. I mean, I love it. Felt good, actually. In fact, I want you to do it to me again. Everything you do feels good to me. And I'm going to do the same to you. Make you feel good.
Last night you said we were letting Peter off the hook.
Yeah, I know. But then somebody left that carnation in Kelly's apartment, and you know the first thought that came to my mind? Peter.
Cruz, I don't like him any more than you do, but an alibi is an alibi.
Maybe he wasn't here the whole time, Mason. I mean, you gotta admit, there's something odd about this spilled popcorn routine. First, Peter's sitting there, the aisle seat, the next to the last row. I mean, that's an easy seat to find when you come back in the dark. So he comes back from somewhere, supposedly the snack bar, comes into the wrong row, doesn't even try to sit in the aisle seat, trips, spills the popcorn all over Amy. I mean, what a ridiculous spectacle. Either his medical problem is turning him into an idiot, or he did it on purpose. To make sure everyone knew he was here.
Well, what are you getting at? No one saw him leave the theater during the feature. Not even the usher who knew him was on the door all night.
Well, maybe he didn't leave through the main exits. He could have used one of the fire exits.
I'd be taking a big chance on somebody seeing him.
Wait a second, man.
What?
Follow me. It's only an idea.
Want to fill me in on it?
Yeah, that window leads to an alley right outside the theater. When I was a kid, I used to let my friends sneak in here all the time when I came to the movies.
Why aren't I surprised?
See, Peter could have gotten out through here.
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
Except that he'd still have had to make sure it could be open from the outside when he wanted to come back in. Little something to block it with, perhaps? Something like this. Oops. Check this out, man. It's got the marks on it where the window sat on it.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm impressed, Cruz. That's good detective work, but it doesn't affect Peter's alibi. The fact remains that he was seen in the theater at almost the same time I received the call from Veronica.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have had time to go there and get back in the time he had to work with, right?
And while we're standing here trying to pin this on Peter, there could be another victim any minute.
Yeah, but stick with me a little bit on this, Mason, because, look, I want to go back to Veronica's, and I want you to come with me. I imagine you must have spent a little time in her apartment, am I right?
Yeah?
You could probably tell if there was anything out of the ordinary there, right? I mean, something displaced or missing.
I could try.
Look, Mason, I know how you feel about what happened to her, but I think it's essential that we do this. You up to it?
Let's go.
Hey, Kelly. Kelly, I'm getting ready to get in the shower. Why don't you come in with me? Come on. Come on. I want to feel your hands rub warm, soapy water all over.
Lakin? Lakin, I need to talk to you for a minute. Hey, Pat, wait a second. I need to talk to Lakin privately, right? Lakin.
I don't want to talk to you, okay?
Come on, I'm not gonna hurt you.
You hurt me more than anyone possibly could.
You okay?
Yeah.
Well, the lab found a lot of different fingerprints around here. There were mainly Veronica's, of course. There was a lot of stuff around the tub they couldn't identify. They did identify quite a few of yours, actually.
Yes, spent a fair amount of time here.
Does anything seem different to you than you remembered it?
Not that I can see.
Take some time.
She loved it out here. She always had a bottle of wine, music.
What?
Well, she used to have this big red tape player out here. I don't see it now.
Maybe she moved it.
No. She always had music when she was out here. It was, part of her ritual.
She always had it out here?
Huh?
I think we better find that.
Yeah.
What kind of machine was it?
What do you mean?
I mean, could it record, or was it just a playback?
Oh, she could record on it. She used to tape a lot of FM. Why?
Well, she was discovered in the hot tub. You say she always kept it right here by the tub?
Yeah, the way I remember it. Wait a minute. There was music playing when she called me.
Both times she called?
No, not the second time.
All right, now that would lead to an interesting possibility, man. Let me run this by you. Suppose the machine was here at the time. Suppose it was recording. Maybe she was using it to, maybe Peter, if it was Peter, was using it. Maybe he recorded the murder. And he'd have it on tape. He could play it back to you later, and you'd think it was Veronica's voice live.
Or he could have called my number, left the phone off the hook while he was...
No, that's impossible. It couldn't have been happening while you were listening, because he still had to get back to the theater.
Yeah, if it was Peter, Cruz.
Well, that's the line I'm working now. Mason, don't give up on me on this. I think we're getting close to something.
Well, we're not that close. Peter's alibi still holds up.
Not if he had the tape and took it with him to the theater. There's a phone in the men's room, man.
Well, it's a good theory, Cruz, but you're forgetting something.
What?
I would have known if that was a recording. That was Veronica's voice that I heard.
Maybe, maybe not.
Cruz, I know.
Yeah, well, all right. I think we're done here for the time being.
So what now?
I'm gonna go back to Peter's and pay him a little visit.
Well, you be careful.
Oh, it's cool. I'll be real friendly. See if I can con him into running his mouth a little bit, maybe get something useful out of him.
Okay. Don't take any chances. If you're right, he is the Carnation Killer. He's a dangerous man, Cruz. Just because he's only killed women so far doesn't mean he wouldn't kill anybody else that got in his way. Got that?
Feeling a little bit calmer?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just scared me to death.
You don't have to be sorry, babe. Scared me too. Whatever he came here for, it didn't happen. He's not going to get a second chance. So I tell you what, why don't we go down to the church and make sure that everything is just exactly the way you want it?
All right. Joe, do you think Mason was hurt because you didn't ask him to be your usher?
I don't know. But I don't like the idea of Mason being my usher. I'm sorry, it's just the way I felt.
It's all right, I understand.
Besides, I got Ted and Danny and a bunch of my buddies from high school.
You know, Ted is so happy that I asked Lakin to be my bridesmaid. I mean, since they are getting married, it'll be good practice for him.
Who needs practice? I didn't need it. I could get married with my eyes closed.
You better keep your eyes open just to be safe, buddy.
You all set?
Yep, I think so. All right, how do I look?
You'll do.
Thanks a lot.
I don't want to spoil you yet. Come on, let's go.
How can you stick by a brother like Warren and blame me for doing what I did? For 5 years now, Warren got away with murder.
He did not.
Warren killed Channing, and he let Joe Perkins go to jail for it. Now, Lakin, I don't know anybody in this world who wouldn't have turned Warren in after hearing what he did.
Will you please just be quiet?
Lakin, sooner or later, you're going to have to face the facts. Your brother is a terrible person. Now, loyalty's fine, and it's important, but you can't get crazy about it. Warren was even willing to let his own father go to prison for something he did.
He did not. He was framed. Everything that you think you know is just circumstantial. There is somebody that is trying to frame both of them.
Now, who told you that?
Warren did.
Oh, Lakin, come on. Now, what do you expect him to say?
He is my brother. I believe him. You didn't believe or trust me.
Yes, I do.
No, you did not. Because if you would have listened to me. But no, you just went to Mason and you had to tell him, didn't you?
Well, I thought it through. Lakin, I worried myself sick about it, and I just had to do what I felt was right. At least I have a clear conscience.
You are just like Mason and your father. You all just rush out to condemn people.
You think I wanted that, huh? You think that makes me happy?
It must have, because you cared more about incriminating Warren than you did about me. I'm not a person I could ever marry. I am happy I found out now. I don't even think I could be in the same class as
Lakin,
you.
come on now, don't be ridiculous.
I am not being ridiculous. Don't tell me I'm being ridiculous. I'm going to go to Miss Parks. I'm going to have her transfer me out of this class. And if she won't, I'll just check out of this school.
Now, Lakin, come on now. Let's just talk about this. Come on, you promised me we'd talk about anything that came up.
I said everything I have to say to you. I don't want to see you again.
Who is it?
It's Cruz, Peter.
What do you want?
I need to talk to you, man.
Listen, I'm busy, Cruz. I'm going out.
This will only take a minute.
I've done all the talking I want to do to you and Mason both down at the station.
Hey, man, this is completely different from that. I'm here as a friend.
You were never my friend. You never even pretended to be.
That's funny. I thought I was. Were you going to invite me in anyway, man?
No, I don't.
Hey, look, this is important. I need to talk to you about your health.
What about it?
Remember the other day at the police station, I told you I'd had a conversation with your doctor? You want me to stand out here in the hall and blow your business all over this
All right,
joint,
all
man?
right,
It's
fine.
like,
Come in. Just for a second.
It's only going to take a second.
When were you talking to my doctor?
I ran into him at the hospital the other day. I had some business down there, and we got to talking. Turns out he's real worried about you, man. He told me, in fact, that you have a serious medical problem.
He has no right to talk to you about my case.
He only mentioned it because I told him I was a friend of yours. He wanted me to talk to you and see if I could get you to come down for an appointment. He says you need some kind of attention.
No, he's wrong.
Well, if that's the way you feel, you ought to get a second opinion, man. Have you?
No. I've decided not to. Besides that, I have a lot more important things to worry about than that right now.
Well, he said something about medicine, that you haven't been taking your medicine.
But why are you butting into my problems, huh?
Hey, man, I know. I hate it when people butt into my business, too. But quite frankly,
But
I'm worried about it.
don't play this concern game with me. And don't tell anybody you know anything about this. I don't want anyone to know. You understand that?
Nobody?
No one.
Not even Kelly?
Especially Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I told Kelly all about
What
this.
are you doing? What did you do that for? You had no right to tell her that.
I'm sorry, man.
If Kelly thinks I'm going to die, then she won't... Then nobody will have anything to do with me.
Look, Peter, if it's that serious, you'd really better get some help.
I don't need help because I'm fine. They're just trying to scare me.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, you should stay calm. It's bad for you to get excited.
I just wish you would go.
Fine. Do you mind if I use your bathroom first? I want to take some aspirin. I got a real bad headache all of a sudden.
All right, but hurry up.
Thanks.
Son of a...
Thanks.
It's okay, but you gotta go now.
Yeah. Look, Peter, if you need some kind of help, man, you'd better get it.
Just let me handle my own problems, okay?
Yeah. But I'll be in touch.
All right.
I'm sorry, Warren. I just can't buy this story of yours of someone trying to frame you.
You know something, Mason? Someone's going to think you're out to get the entire Lockridge family, and justice be damned.
I'm not concerned with what people think.
Oh, so public opinion doesn't count down in the DA's office, is that it?
Justice is what matters to me, Warren, and I'm not all that convinced that your father is innocent. There is a fair amount of incriminating evidence against him.
Yeah, well, that was planted, too.
Yeah, well, we hear that a lot. It's always a frame-up.
It was this time.
Warren, if you want to see your father released, it's in your power. All you have to do is confess. Unless, of course, you'd rather see him suffer for something you claim he didn't do.
There's no way I'm going to confess to something I didn't do just to get you off the hook, Mason.
Well, why don't we get a steno in here and take a full statement? Then we'll have a basis on which to talk.
Don't be ridiculous. You know I'm not going to make a statement without consulting an attorney. Look, am I free to go, or are you planning on charging me with something, huh?
Oh, you're free to go. But I'd stay around town if I were you. I don't want to have to come looking for you if I decide I want to talk to you again.
Well, you know where to reach me, and I'll be there, okay?
How come you're letting him walk out of here?
I didn't detain Warren because Warren is right.
Right about what?
Someone's trying to frame him.
Oh, Mason!
Ted, before you fly off the handle again, let me tell you this. Someone has been tipping me off all along. They tipped me off about the coins, about the clippings, about the ring, even about the note in the pocket. All of the evidence pointing directly to Lionel.
I'm starting to get the impression here that you think Warren is not guilty. Then maybe I'm the one who's wrong here.
Well, that is within the realm of possibility, isn't it? I mean, isn't it possible that you might be trying to nail Warren to justify to Lakin what you did, why you did what
Now,
you
that is not true. Like, that has nothing to do with this. I just want to see justice done.
So do I. But I want to make dead sure that it's Channing's murderer and not just your current enemy. Ted,
What?
where are you going?
I've got to go to Kelly's wedding rehearsal. But I want you to know right now that I think you're making a big mistake.
Well, I could be doing you a big favor. By not arresting Warren, you might be able to patch things up between you and Lakin. You can tell her you talked me out of it.
I can't tell her a thing. She won't listen to me. Mason, I told you, everything's through with us. If you're right about Warren and I'm wrong, then I really lost it for nothing.
Hello? Anybody here?
Hi, Lakin.
Oh,
early.
Hi. I know. Is it okay?
Yeah, we're just gonna go get some informal pictures taken. It'll just be a few minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll sit here, okay?
All right, we won't be long, then we'll get things rolling.
All right. Take all the time you want.
Okay.
Lakin!
Hey!
Hi, glad you're here.
What happened to Lakin?
She just left.
What do you mean she just left? I mean, she said she was gonna wait for us.
She didn't. She saw me and she took off.
Well, she's come back, isn't she?
I don't know. Lakin and I aren't communicating too well right now.
Why, what happened?
It's a long story. Look, you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be too much good for you on you tonight.
Ted, this is the rehearsal. We need you.
No, I know you do, and I don't want to let you guys down. I just can't do it tonight, all right?
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
Well, don't worry about it. It's just another lover's quarrel. They'll get over it.
And they better get over it for the wedding. I don't want them running up and down the aisles while we're getting married.
Well, we won't let them do that. We'll tie them down if we have to. Anyway, who needs them? We can do a little rehearsing on our own before the minister gets here.
Not in the church, you dummy.
Hey, hold on. I'm just talking about rehearsing. You know, you walk down the aisle, I'll stand up at the altar and rehearse watching you do it.
Oh, some rehearsal that is. Oh, it is a little better than what I thought you had in mind.
You have some opinion of me, don't you?
I have a wonderful opinion of you.
Well, I was really serious about it. I want to get a preview of what you're going to look like.
I don't have the music or my dress or anything on.
Yeah, but you got me. I can hum the wedding march. How about that?
Hang on a second. We're not having a wedding march. Jeffrey Osborne is going to be singing while I am marching down the aisle.
All right, sorry, I can't even come close to that.
All right, get up there. I'll just pretend you have a gorgeous voice.
Okay, you all set?
All right, now imagine I've got this beautiful wedding gown on. This processional will start. All right, go.
Dum dum da dum da dum da dum. Well, it's a little slow. Can you hurry it up?
I'm not going to spring down the aisle. I'm not that anxious to get a husband. Come
Well,
on.
I'm that anxious to get a wife. Da 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 da
Come
da
on, Joe, stop.
da
Come
da da
on.
da
You're
da.
clowning around now.
All right, sorry, no more clowning. Oh, you look great from this angle.
Thanks. Well, I'd better. I mean, Daddy has a lot invested in this. Don't forget.
All right, here I go again.
Okay.
Da dum da da. love you too, baby.
No. This is impossible. It isn't right.
Forever and always.
Till death do us part.
Not him. Me. This is all wrong.
Hello?
Is this Mason Campwell?
Yes, it is.
I need help, please.
Well,
Please
all right,
help.
who-
Please, he's coming.
Who?
I can't get away. Please, I think it's the Carnation Killer. Please.
Where are you calling from?
Please stay away.
Give me...
Please, no. No, please,
Listen,
don't.
give me your address. Where are you? Hello? Hello?
So, what are the other arrangements?
Well, I know that Gina's arranged for me to dress here, so I don't have to wear the dress in the car and get it all wrinkled. And
Ooh, good idea.
she has been so good to me, Joe. I don't know how I would have managed without her. I mean, you know, Eden still has a lot on her mind. Well, she's still going through a lot of that trauma that happened to her.
Oh, yeah, it's going to take some time for her to get over, I'm sure. And I know Peter's the one that they're looking for.
Well, at least Cruz is listening to you now. I mean, last night he was dead set against the idea.
Yeah, finally. Well, finally he's listening to reason. But anyway, we said we weren't going to talk about that, didn't we? We're just going to concentrate on the wedding. Now, are there any other details we have forgotten?
I have no idea. But I have a checklist at home that Rosa made up. We'll just look at it.
I've been beginning to realize that you need a whole set of employees to put on a church wedding. I used to think all you had to do was come into the church and say, I do.
Well, that's about all the groom has to do, yeah. It's a lot harder for the bride. But I'm so glad Gina's arranged for me to dress in the cloakroom back here. Be easier for this poor bride, anyway. Anyway, it'll be worth it.
So, it's all set then. All arranged. Our wedding will be in the choir's cloakroom. It's gonna be wonderful. I can't wait, Kelly.
Well, for heaven's sakes, where are you? I can't help you unless you tell me where you are. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Don't hang up.
What?
What do you think? Was it live or was it taped?
Cruz?
Yeah, it's me.
Who was that on the phone just now?
Everything's cool. Just hang on.
What? What's going on? This is supposed to be some kind of joke?
It's no joke at all. Just a practical experiment.
Who's that woman?
An actress I hired to do that for me.
An actress?
Yeah, I wanted to prove to you, Mason, that you can't always tell the difference between a live sound and a taped sound. You were so sure about Veronica's screams?
Maybe you'll think twice about it now, huh?
Are you out of your mind? What kind of stupid joke is that? You almost gave me a heart attack.
Well, I'm sorry if it was so disturbing, man, but I thought you should understand for yourself just how life like a tape can be.
Well, you could have found a better way of demonstrating it.
Could I? You really think so?
Well, maybe not. It was effective, I'll give you that.
Thank you. So what do you think now, man? You still sure Peter couldn't have arranged the whole thing?
I guess it's possible.
I think that's exactly what he did, I'll tell you. I think he actually recorded Veronica's screams while he strangled her. And then he called you from the theater and played it for you on the phone.
Yeah, it's possible.
It would have given him more than enough time to make the drive, sneak back through the bathroom window, call you, play the tape, go to the snack bar, buy the popcorn, back into the theater, and plenty of time to spill it all over the Perkins family.
All right, Cruz, I admit it. Could have happened that way.
Thanks.
There's just one other minor problem, partner.
What's that?
Now we have to prove it.
Don't worry about that. I'm gonna prove it if it's the last thing I ever do. Talk to you later.
Now, come on, hold up, Lincoln. You know, you're not as tough as you sometimes think you are.
I'm not tough at all.
You saw Ted, huh?
Twice.
So what happened?
Nothing. He came to the church where Kelly's wedding rehearsal was, and I just left.
You know, I'm not very happy about all this, Lincoln.
Aren't you? And you never liked Ted.
But I've always liked you. I don't like to see you being so miserable. Look, I'm sorry it has to be like this, but Ted's out to get me, and I can't do anything about that.
I know. That's why I don't want anything else to do with him.
Look, I know how much Ted means to you.
Not after what he's done to you. It's over. It's over between us.
I, Peter Flint, take thee, Kelly Capwell, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to love and to cherish, to have and to hold, from this day forward, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, for as long as we both shall live.